Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Lindsey Anderson Show. We have another exciting guest for you today. Let's talk about the problem. The problem is that most entrepreneurs start their business chasing freedom and success, but ironically, they find themselves overworked, overwhelmed, and buried in daily operations, constantly fighting fires. Now, instead of running their business ends up running them. And there's no time to scale, no time to innovate, no time to keep up, or so they think. The fact is, as a seasoned business owner, I've been doing this for 20 years. I wasted too much time not paying attention to this information that I'll be giving you in today's episode. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't think it was for me. I thought that was for someone else or when I got more advanced. But the fact is, what we talk about in today's episode, working smarter, slowing down to speed up, building systems and processes and mindset shifts that will allow you to actually take this business where you want it to be. It is key to getting off the hamster wheel. It is key to having the business you started out with. And so today we're talking about this problem of entrepreneur struggling with so many things to do. They're burning out. They're not getting ahead. They look at their bank account week after week, month after month, day after day, and it's never the amount they think that it needs to be. And it's because you don't have these systems and strategies that Ral West, my guest, will be sharing with us today. Now, before I introduce today's guest, let's talk about social media. If you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and finally get results from your social media, let's you and me hop on a phone call and build a strategy that works. Right now, my calendar is open for a complimentary social media strategy session with me for business owners that qualify. All you need to do is head over to lindsaya.com/book now. Fill out that short application. Let's see if you qualify to get on a free social media strategy session with me where we can look at your social media, start generating leads, develop this system for social media that will free up 5 hours or more a week, that will allow you to actually get high quality leads from your social media. All you need to do is head over to lindsaya.com/book-now. So let me introduce you to today's guest. Miss Ral West is someone who knows exactly how to make this systems happen. Ral West is a seasoned entrepreneur with over 40 years of experience in building businesses that scale smoothly without burnout. Through her Overcome and Overwhelm framework, she helps business owners free up time, reduce stress, and finally create a business that supports their dream lifestyle. Let's welcome Ral to the show.
Are you ready for next level growth in your business? Welcome to the Lindsey Anderson Show, where we pull back the curtain on the exact strategies, tools, and mindsets that build million-dollar empires. If you're hungry for more time, more freedom, and a whole lot more impact, you've come to the right place. Buckle up, because we're about to ignite your business journey. Now, here's Lindsey.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of The Lindsey Anderson Show. I'm so excited to welcome today's guest, Miss Ral West. Many entrepreneurs start their business and they end up just becoming the owner and not the operator of their business. This is exactly what Ral will be sharing with us today. Welcome to the show, Ral. Tell us a little bit about why you're the expert we need to be talking to about being the owner of your business and not the operator.
Okay. Lindsay, it's because I was there. I was in the mom and pop seat in our business for 25 years. My husband and I had our fingers in every part of the business, and it was overwhelming. It was exhausting, and we were limiting the growth of the business because we couldn't do all of it and we couldn't direct every single aspect of the business. We learned that we needed to step back. We needed to create systems, empower our team, and develop a company culture where there were guidelines for our values and principles, and the team could carry those out whether we were around or not. So we were able to use a lot of leverage and establish tracking mechanisms so that we could have performance reports delivered to us wherever we were. And it was by being able to work on the business rather than in it that we were able to grow the business to the point where we could sell it to Alaska Airlines. It was a very nice exit.
Very nice. The hard work that you put into that really ended up paying off. The discipline that you showed around those systems and culture, all those things that most people don't think about when they're diving in to do this business.
I think it's important for business owners to start off with the long-term vision that they have for their life, not just for their business. What do they want their life to look like 10, 20, 30 years down the road? And how can the business model support their life instead of the other way around? I think sometimes we get it backwards. I try to teach business owners how to have the business success that they want and the life that they want.
So here's a business owner. They're like, Ral, you're absolutely right. I have to take this more serious, have a long-term vision for my business instead of just fighting this fire stuff every day. What are some of the biggest mistakes that you see business owners make as they start down this path of systems and having a long-term vision for success?
Okay, one big mistake is either not delegating at all or delegating poorly. There is an art to good delegation. And many times I hear people saying, oh, I can't let anybody else do this. I'm the only one that can do this. Big mistake. You need to learn how to delegate in a way that is clearly outlined. What are the steps? What are the processes? What's the outcome that you want? And the timeliness. When does it have to be done? And not so much how to do it, but more focused on what's the outcome that you're looking for. Maybe you, as the owner, need to let go of some of the process and allow some freedom for your team as long as they get to the end result that you want. If they have a slightly different way of going about it, that needs to be okay. Letting go of that control.
I love that, Ral. I see that a lot in our business as we help entrepreneurs build those systems. You sound like you're talking from experience. Can you give us an example of a business owner who needed to let go of their perfectionism, which got us so far? Can you share a story with us?
There's many, but I'll use an example of a business on Maui that we helped set up. It's a vacation rental company. She was doing everything herself. She didn't know how to run this business. We set her up in the business and taught her. She had a tremendous background in customer service and hospitality, but she had never run a business herself. So we showed her how to set up the metrics, how to track her performance, and how to keep all the statistics so she could send us the reports. We put quite a few vacation rental condos under her care as the property manager. As time went on, we found she was working night and day. She was taking phone calls. If we had a meeting with her, she'd interrupt the meeting several times to take a phone call. Out to dinner, she's on the phone. She's constantly on call for her business. And we said, you need to get the support of some team members. You need to establish some procedures, some guidelines, write it down, create some manuals so that you can outline for them what a good job looks like and how you would do it. Then you can teach them and hand it off. She gradually started to do that. She hired people as contractors, and she gradually was able to say, okay, I'm not on call for these hours because I've got so-and-so doing that for me. Eventually, she was able to grow the business tenfold and has a team. She's actually able to take month-long vacations. And I'm sure she still checks in on the business, but she's able to leave town and know that things are still going to be running the way that she wants them to. And it's been a huge life changer for her, and her business is super successful.
Yeah. And, what a powerful story. My question for you is what is the biggest pushback you get when you go in? Is it, I don't have the time for this, Ral? I don't have the luxury of having a bunch of cash in the bank. What are they saying to you? And what's your response?
They'll say, I can't afford to hire somebody. The pushback is time and money. My answer is, can you afford not to? Because what are you leaving on the table in terms of revenue and of your health, mental health as well as physical health? If you keep trying to do it all and you're wearing yourself out, I was there. I was in bad shape mentally and physically. I didn't take care of myself because the demands of the business were so constant. And my relationship was suffering. Our kids weren't getting the attention that they needed. We ate poorly. It was just a bad scene. So it's too costly to not get the help that you need to not let go a little bit and to not learn how to create the systems, how to delegate, how to build your team, and allow the business to grow.
Yeah. If you're serious about business and it's a long-term situation for you, you won't be able to get there without what Ral's talking about today.
No,
Period. You'll
no.
turn for the rest of your time till you burn out and life sucks, basically.
If you're thinking of ever exiting with a sale like we did,
Yeah.
you can't sell a business if you are the business.
Yeah.
So is that what you want? So
Yeah.
you have to make the business be able to stand on its own.
We are all on board. Here we have business owners. They're like, Ral, you're right. Something needs to be done. So give us the first few steps that a business owner should take to start going this direction.
Okay. My number one principle that I teach in my online course is to establish the systems. And that's where you start. How do you start a system? You start by taking stock of what it is that you're doing. What are tasks? What are the processes? What is involved in bringing a client on board or delivering your product? Depends on your business model. Look at your day in, day out tasks. How much time are you spending on certain repetitive tasks, going through your email inbox, scheduling appointments, billing, taking care of your books? What are the kinds of things that are the most easily offloaded onto someone else? Those usually are those repetitive tasks. And then it's important to just write it down. And whether you're using a computer, shoot a video, whatever you need to do, get it recorded so that you know what needs to be done. The more you do that, the easier it is to say, oh, someone else could do this because here it is, step by step, this is what has to happen. Creating emails to follow up with people can be automated so easily these days, especially with AI. You can get virtual assistants, which are relatively inexpensive. So you can't use, I can't afford it as an excuse. And so the more you automate your processes and the tasks, and the more you use technology to help you, and the more you understand what it needs to happen and chunk it down, bite-sized pieces, and then get those pieces handled either by automation or by another person.
Yeah, there's easy 5 to 10 hours a week of stuff. You can just tell someone how to do it. But if you're not slowing down to speed up and taking
Yeah.
the time to write this down, there's so many gaps in everyone's time. Like you don't even know. It's like the eating thing. If you're just grazing all day, you don't know what you've ingested.
Yeah.
And time is our greatest asset. So tracking that
Yeah.
shows you so much.
I remember just recently I was feeling quite overwhelmed because I had so many follow-up emails that I needed to do and I just couldn't keep up. And then I went, oh, ding, this is one of the things that I teach. Why don't I start doing this? So I created a spreadsheet and I handed it off to my VA, or columns on the spreadsheet where this is this kind of a response that's needed and that kind. And then we created some form emails. And if I needed to personalize it, I could. But then it was off my plate. And now we have a system for keeping these follow-ups going so that I don't drop the ball and I don't leave anybody ignored.
The Ral of the future won't have to do this.
Right.
You've saved her a great deal of time by slowing down and just writing it down. I'm sure it would have been easier for that day to just send the freaking emails, right?
But then what about the next day and the
Future
next?
Ral would
Yeah,
also be sending those emails, and we want
yeah,
to save
yeah.
her from that.
Yeah. And so now we're developing and working on a better CRM to use, which is a customer relationship management software, so that it can keep track of all the follow-ups. There's so many available.
And this will just make you have a better business. Thank you for walking us through those steps. If you want the listeners to take anything away from today's episode, what would you say that is? What's the most important thing we need to know from you today?
Get out of the mindset of thinking you have to do it all yourself. You have to share the load. You have to delegate and work on your business. Create the kind of business that can be sustainable, successful without your micromanagement of it.
I love that. Now, you've done so much. You've gone through the heartache of business. You sold your business. Now you're off and doing so many other things. If you could rewind, what is one thing you would have wished you would have known when you started this entire journey?
Oh my God.
There's not just one journey.
There's not just one thing that I wish.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. What is it? I know there is a laundry list, but
There's so much that I wish I had known. I think that you start off and you think you have a path in mind, and sometimes life takes you on a different journey than you thought. So don't be locked into, this is my path. Sometimes an opportunity will come along and you need to be ready to seize that opportunity. 40 plus years ago, did I think that we would have had a business that would have grown to millions of dollars in value and operating jets charter between Alaska and Hawaii, carrying 35,000 passengers a year? That was not what I started out to do when I opened my very first business, but it happened because we saw the needs and we seized the opportunities. We were willing to take the risks. And beyond that, when we sold that business, we didn't stop. We started finding other opportunities. We started investing in small cruise ships that were bank owned. We were able to buy them for pennies on the dollar, fix them up, lease them to a cruise operator, and did that for 10 years. And COVID put a clincher on that. Now we're into multifamily real estate investing. We still have many balls in the air, and yet we're able to live the life of our dreams. We travel when we want to. We were in Europe for 6 weeks in the fall. We're going off for a month this spring. We have the systems in place and the business is operating smoothly with the team we've created, and we can enjoy life. We have 2 homes, a yacht, worldwide luxury travel. That's everything to us. The freedom, the time to spend with our family. All of that's what it's all about.
I love it. I think there's a real message in there too. I think I heard you say is like even scripting it out when you start just showing this discipline and scheduling it out, the opportunities that become available, it's better. So you may as well just enjoy the journey because if you're doing the right things, you'll get there.
Don't have it be so rigid in your mind what I'm
Because
going
it's
to
way
do.
better than whatever you're thinking. Yeah.
And the world keeps changing. So you got to be able to pivot when you need to. And I think that getting back to your question of what do I wish I had known? I wish I had known all the things that I needed to do to build a business without me being so involved in the details. I spent probably 10, 15 years being way too inundated in the details when I didn't need to.
Heed the warnings, guys. It's the answer. Okay. Ral, what a great interview. Thank you for sharing your expertise with us. Before I let you go, I'm going to turn the time over to you. Let us know how to find you and anything else you want the audience to know.
Oh, thanks, Lindsey. Yes, I'm on LinkedIn under Ral West, and I have a weekly newsletter filled with actionable tips and strategies on ways to improve your business. Do that first thing, and then check out my website, ralwest.com, for more information about my course and all the other things that I do.
Thank you, Ral. Appreciate you sharing today.
Thank you, Lindsey.
What a great conversation I had there with Ral. I really appreciate her coming on the show and sharing her wisdom with us. Here's the reminder for everybody listening. You do not have to stay stuck in overwhelm. Success isn't about doing more. It's actually about doing what works. And if you're ready to simplify social media and turn it into a client-generating machine, let's build a strategy that actually works. All you need to do is head over to lindsaya.com/book now. Apply for a complimentary social media strategy session with me. Spots are limited. It's only available for very specific business owners who qualify. But head over, fill out that application, lindsaya.com/book-now. And I look forward to seeing you on that call. As always, thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Lindsey Anderson Show. Cheers to you and your success.
That's a wrap for today's episode of The Lindsey Anderson Show. If you loved this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share how you're leveling up your business. Want more? Connect with Lindsey Anderson and get the tools you need to crush your goals at lindsaya.com. Until next time, keep pushing, keep growing, and turn those business dreams into reality.